This new agent orientation call is designed to answer that problem, that losing agents before they give themselves a shot. So the thing is I think in part, me going through this, hopefully some of you out there will recognize this. You will have feelings of doubt. You will have second opinions. You will have people in your family, people that you love and trust, who will doubt you, who will think you're crazy, who think that you should get a job with benefits and security, right? And there's going to be a lot of mental pressure on you to walk away from this thing. Added to that, you're going to start reviewing the material, the scripting. You're going to start attending some of these calls. You're going to start actually buying leads or thinking about buying leads. And the specters of doubt will creep up front and center. And the thing that keeps people mediocre, you will be challenged with, okay? And my objective here is not to, shame you, I guess you can say. It's to get you through this part, because this is going to happen with some of you. It will cause some of you to quit. And I just don't want you to be that person, okay? What will we do how can we get through this? That's the objective of this. First of all, it is to set an internal deadline inside of yourself to take action and to actually keep your commitment this time around. Many of you probably have been in a business opportunity before this. This probably isn't your first rodeo, okay? You probably have a behavior pattern that you need to be wary of or concerned of that might put you in a position to cause what I just described, this kind of self-doubt and the cyclical process of the next shiny object, the next thing on the list, but never actually accumulate any experience or get anywhere in your life. We don't want that anymore. We want to actually follow through. This is the business that will provide for you the way that you want to give you the things that you want. You don't have to keep looking, but you have to be committed. And that means there's going to be pain, there's going to be doubt, and there's going to be questions. You must plow through it anyway. So what I've been employing in the past couple of months is a 20-day deadline from the moment you're contracted. Now, if you're not licensed yet or about to get licensed or waiting for your license, it doesn't apply to you. Upon successful submission of your contract starts the clock. You need to take this seriously. You have something that is so hard to call upon at any point in time, and that is momentum. You have something right now that most people never tap into, or if they do, is a fleeting thing that goes away. And you have to cradle and hold this thing and take it absolutely seriously and focus your mind on it to make sure that it is sustained all the way through perhaps the hardest thing, the biggest obstacle that stops most new agents. And that is just remorse for making this decision, the doubt, etc. So you have to keep your momentum going. So how do we do that? 20 days of study, 20 days of intentional, focused efforts on getting good enough. Again, I'm speaking specifically, and we all have this tendency to think that we're not prepared. We're not ready. There's more studying to do. There's more preparation to do. Well, guess what? You will never be entirely prepared as a new agent. You will start when you pick that phone up and call, or you head out the door to knock your first appointment, you will have lingering doubts about your knowledge, about your understanding of this business, and you will second guess yourself. That's not going away. And I'm here to tell you it's not. But you must embrace doing this anyway. That is what every single successful person in life has faced in some form or fashion. While their convictions are strong, they have doubts. I certainly did. So is everybody else I know of that's been successful. It's not until you've had multiple rounds of success that you lower that doubt. It takes a long time to where when you start some new venture that you're comfortable and confident. So you have to overcome your doubts, okay? So you must, first of all, accept the concept, the fundamental truism that good enough is good enough, all right? I don't want you knowing absolutely everything. I want you knowing the most important fundamental aspects of this business, which is communication and connection with your prospects. In other words, a good sales process. And then two, lower in importance than the first one, by the way. Two, an understanding, a basic understanding of your carriers, which ones to choose, and how to submit an application. That is your assignment for the first 20 days, is to spend several hours a day, preferably I've suggested 3 a day, 3 hours a day. It can be broken up, doesn't matter. Spending your time specifically on these 2 factors. Okay, you can do more than that. I encourage it if you have the time. 3 hours is something all of us have if we really want what we're talking about here. Let's be honest. Of those 3 hours, you need to spend 2 of those hours inside of the script. And that means reading the script multiple times, rehearsing the script out loud multiple times, dragging your wife, your spouse, your kids, the neighbor, the dog, maybe some agents on GroupMe to play mock presentations with over and over and over again, recording yourself, listening to yourself, even it might be completely cringeworthy, listening to yourself, finding the weaknesses and repeating this process for the first 20 days. Why do we do this? Because if there's one thing to rotely memorize, telemarketer, not picking that up. One thing to rotely memorize is a script. I believe by practicing and practicing and practicing, there is a process that happens inside of your mind that eventually what it is exposed to begins to be memorized. But it comes through not anything other than rote memorization, okay? And again, our focus is critical. Yeah, right. Probably somebody trying to sell me insurance. Your focus is critical here, okay? It's rote memorization is not a bad thing. It's that we have to spend it on the most important thing because we only have so much focus. That's why I don't ask you to rotely memorize the health conditions because our process can take care of that. We can't give you a process in a sense of, we can give you a process, but the scripting is more, we'll teach you a process innately, but also it's valuable in memorizing it. And then altering the variables of how you rehearse it. You need to spend 2 hours a day doing that, okay? Maybe an hour and a half of the 2 hours. The other 30 minutes you can spend on my website reviewing the sample audios that I've done as far as presentations go, reviewing other sales calls that other agents have done, looking at the classroom modules that I have put together. There's usually 4 to 7, depending if you're face-to-face or over the phone. And getting kind of that additional training from that to help reinforce the rote memorization of your scripting. Sure, Beth. That's 80% of it, guys, right there. I'm sorry. This isn't, something incredible. I don't have super secret powers or, I don't know, a cheat code to give you. This is what is required. And the more that you take this seriously, the better you're going to be starting off. And you have to remember how you've seen on my calls, how you open is how you close. You guys have heard that probably. If you haven't yet, you will. Well, how you start this business sure as hell affects how you get through it. Okay.